of you believe in the law of attraction? Okay, how does it work? How does it work? Nobody knows. You just believe in it, but I don't know how it works, but I just believe in it. How does it work? How does the law of attraction work? Gratitude. So you feel gratitude, and then what happens? And then you just receive shitloads of stuff. Is that what happens? How does it work? Hey? You manifest what you like to receive. So how do you do that? I mean, I want to know that process, you know. How do you manifest? Visualization, okay? Visualize, so we just visualize and then it appears. Everything's there already, but we have to align. Everything's already manifested. Wow, this is very deep. Everyone take a deep breath in. And out. Okay. So you guys believe in the law of attraction. The law of attraction apparently, according to what I've heard so far, we manifest things. Is that true? And what is the process of manifesting things? Like what do?
You attract what you think.
We attract what we think. Okay, so we just think about something and then it appears. Is this correct? Oh, you need action. Wait. There's so much conflict going on here. Okay, so you guys are really confused. Can I just ask this question first of all? Okay, does law of attraction require action? Yes or no? Who thinks yes, raise your hand. Who thinks no, raise your hand. You guys are so confused. Everyone take a deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. We've been running Masters of Success event for about 4 years now. And we ran it multiple countries around the world. Our biggest one so far was for 6,000 people with Richard Branson out in Vietnam a few years ago. I've been wanting to run this edition for a long time. What I mean by this edition is the secret edition, which we dive a little bit deeper than just strategies. Do you get what I'm saying? Like something a little bit deeper. How many of you like going a little bit deeper, right? How many of you not quite sure about law of attraction and positive, that type of stuff? Just right, okay, right. For all of you, because I wasn't sure. 6-7 years ago, somebody gave me the book The Secret. Because I'm not very good at reading, I'm one of those people, I read a few lines, and then I get to the fourth line and I forget what's on the first line. It's like that. I don't know, my brain just doesn't work like that. And so, my friend Tommy said, have you read the book yet? I said, no, Tommy. I said, I don't read books. You know I don't. Why did he give me a book for my birthday? So what he did is he got me the DVD. Remember we used to have DVDs? Yeah. So he gave me the DVD, and I put the DVD in, and I watched. And it got to this part where this guy sitting on the sofa, and he was thinking, visualizing some Ferrari or something, then Ferrari. I turned it off. And then the next time Tommy followed up, he said, did you watch it? Did you watch it? What did you think? I said, I don't know. What's wrong with you? Like, what are you watching, you know? Right? What are you watching? Right? So I totally get those of you who don't get it, because I was there. Positive thinking or law of attraction, nothing but, I smile. Oh, you smile. Positive. Right? Maybe just that simple. Can we all believe in that thing? Is that believable? Is that maybe if I smile, maybe you more likely to smile? Right? Maybe if I frown, maybe it's more likely you don't smile? Is that fair to say? Yeah. So we can at least start from the basics in that sense. And at least we're on the same page. Right? How many of you believe in things like channeling and vibrations and things like that? You crazy bunch, okay. The thing is, right now, we don't want to go there. We will get there. But we need to warm you up a little bit. Because otherwise, if I just say, you want to know, how many of you want to know how this $1 million came about? How many of you want to know? Right? How many of you want to know how to get 100,000 subscribers in a few months on YouTube? Right? Now, what if I was to say that I didn't do much. Oh, well, the skeptical mind's coming in, you guys. I did something, but I didn't do as much as people think. And we've all experienced this before, because I want to ask you this question. How many of you have ever, you had a goal, it could be with your relationship, it could be in your business, and you have something that you really want, and you try extremely hard, you do everything to make it work, but it doesn't turn out the way you wanted. How many of you ever had that experience before? Raise your hand nice and high. Look around you, right? That is pretty much everybody. Right? Let me ask you this question. How many of you have ever had an experience before where you didn't actually work so hard towards something, or you didn't even consciously think about something, but for some reason something magically appeared and it was like, wow, this is nice. You know, I got lucky today. How many of you have ever had that experience before? Look around you. We've all had that experience. So now the question is, how do we understand and how do we explain this thing? Because the reality is this. The majority of us, we don't go there. We don't think about it. We just, oh, well, that's luck, you know. We don't think about it. But how many of you think that there may be a reason behind everything and how things occur in life? Right? And it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. And recently, I just actually got back from LA a few days ago, and I was sharing this thing about, because there was a big question going on, and this big debate. Do we need to take action when you use the law of attraction? Okay. And there's three things, three levels to this I want you to understand. And I want you to get this down, because then the rest of the event will unfold perfectly for you, okay? So the first part is this. Okay, the first part is that we are taking conscious action, okay? You consciously take action, right? You take action, you get a result. True or true? Yeah? Now, so you take conscious action, right? All of us can understand that part. The second level to this is why some people say, no, you don't need to take action. And sometimes, how many of you think you don't need to take action and you can still attract? Okay, now, let me tell you what the second level is. The second level is, it's happening what? It's happening subconscious. What does this mean? It means this. If we understand 90% of the things we do is subconscious. What does this mean? It means I'm walking around, I don't think beforehand, okay, first of all, I'm going to walk here, I'm going to put my hand on this seat, I'm going to lift this finger. Most of the things I'm doing, I'm not conscious about. Is that fair to say? Right? I'm only conscious about a tiny, tiny bit of it. Right? Everything else, your reactions, your facial expression right now, you're not thinking about. Right? Now you're all changing your facial expression. Right? Right? Most of it is unconscious, subconscious. It's a bit like this. Right? How many of you ever had this experience before? Let's say you're here. You have the destination, the place, your goal, the thing you want to get to, you know? You get in the car. How many of you know how to drive? How many of you had this experience before where you're driving, and you're driving down the highway, and then for some reason, maybe 20 minutes of it, or maybe 5 minutes, or maybe even just 1 or 2 minutes, you were gone, like you weren't there, and you came back. How many of you had that experience before? That's some dangerous shit there. You're driving along the highway, you weren't there. You're saying you weren't there, suddenly you're like, a few minutes later, you're like, oh, wait there, I'm driving. So the question really is this, right? How many of you managed to live through that experience? You didn't die. How many of you didn't die? Raise your hand. Okay? We take all of this for granted. We don't think about it. We just think, oh, that's what happens. What do you mean that's what happens? What you are saying is, right, you are on the highway. You are driving for a prolonged amount of time. You are probably signaling. You're probably shifting lanes. You're probably avoiding other cars. You're probably braking. You're probably checking mirrors. You're doing all of this, and you are totally oblivious about all of this. Like you don't even know what's happening. Do you not think that itself is kind of magical that you're still alive? But we take it for granted. We don't think about these things because that seems to be just a part of how things work. So, a person who's doing that, if it can be done driving a car, is it done doing everything in life, do you think? It's pretty much done in every moment of our life. So this is what I'm saying by some people, right? For example, when I do business these days, I feel like I'm not doing business. Every day, I feel like I'm just enjoying myself. And then suddenly, a few months later, oh, here's another $1 million, and then here's another $1 million, and here's another $1 million. And I'm like, wow, where did that come from? But I was taking action. It's just because I was taking subconscious action, and I didn't even know I was taking action. Do you get what I'm saying? In the same way you drive the car. Is that okay to understand for now? Take a deep breath in. And out. Then there's this final part. There's the conscious, there's the subconscious, right? And then there's something that is purely on an energetic level. Now, some of you right now, you'll be thinking, what does that mean on an energetic level, right? There is a lot of things in this world, okay? And I want to share with you this thing. What's this? Circle. Don't overthink. It's a circle, okay? So, in this world, what we know is this much. What we know is this much, okay? And then what they share is they say, what we know that we don't know is this much. For example, I know that I don't know how to do brain surgery. Do you get what I'm saying? We know that we don't know a lot more than what we actually know. How many of you are in agreement with that? Yeah, we get it so far, okay? But the fascinating thing is the things that we don't know that we don't know. It means that you're just totally unaware that this thing even exists. Like, for example, 7 years ago, you give me the book The Secret, Law of Attraction, I'll be like, what are you talking about? I just don't know, just totally don't know. It doesn't exist. 7 years ago, if you came to me and then you said, Eric, you should be a motivational speaker. I was the shy boy in school. So if you said motivational speaker, I said, well, what's one of those? You say, like, empower the people. I said, empower? What do you mean? Right? I wouldn't have any idea. So it doesn't exist. That world is just not there at all. Does this make sense, by the way? Just in the same way that a lot of you in this room right now, you don't know what is your capabilities, what is your possibilities going forward. Does this make sense? Take a deep breath in and out.